Hey guys, hello, hello. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can see. All right, let's see here. Let me do a refresh because this computer is old and it does not refresh sometimes automatically. Okay. Uh-oh, I think I just went live in the wrong group. Did I? No, I didn't because Jana saw it. Hey Nancy, how are you, girl? Okay. Oh, duh, I'm looking at myself live now. Go figure, y'all. It's been one of those weeks. Okay, so I'm just looking. So Courtney said, hey, Courtney, prepping for the new year. And Haley said, how to run your business during a slow month. Okay, I'm going to open this up on my computer. Turn the volume off. Morning, morning, morning. So if y'all see me looking that way, it's because that's where the computer is, but the phone is over here. Because I don't know if you guys are still having that issue, but when I go live, I can't see comments and it really frustrates me. So, okay, here we go. So we're going to talk about a couple of things today in our Tuesday training. The biggest thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm definitely, it was funny because I was kind of looking for what I was going to talk about this morning, and both of your suggestions are like right on point with what I was going to talk about. I want to talk about going back to the basics, and I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not even going to go over there and show them to you because it doesn't matter. Actually, I am, because it's going to make a good point. So I am one of those people that I keep things, sorry. Okay, let me just grab both of them that way. I have them. So I used to be a planner person, okay? And I have my grandbaby's stuff on it, so let me set that to the side. But I used to be a planner person, so like this is 2022. I don't know what year this one here is going to be. Looks like some 23 in here. That one's a little bit different. And then let's see what this big, so this is what I used to like literally carry around with me. It was crazy. And I have since changed over to a digital. This is one where I actually created it, and I have no idea what year it is because your girl did not, I guess 2023. So I actually created this one and printed the pages myself so that it would be customized to me. And actually this is a perfect topic for what I'm going to talk about, because that, me spending the time to create a planner that was perfect for me, that had all the stuff in it that I needed it to have in it, was very wasteful. Okay? Very, very wasteful. The time that I spent creating this calendar, however nice it is, the time I spent creating it and putting certain things, like, for example, I do Rusty's Raffle on the 7th every month. So if you go to any day on the 7th of any month, you're going to see where it had a cute little gnome and said Rusty's Raffle. None of that made me money. I'm going to say that one more again for the people in the back. None of that made me money, okay? So we're going to talk about IPAs, income producing activities. And while we're talking about that, we're going to talk about what a lot of people call them the J months. I haven't noticed the J months being my slowest months in my business yet. Not saying that that won't happen, but for me, the January, the June, and July hasn't been, I mean, yes, they slow down some, but for me, it's the December. My December, for this month, for example, I'm not at where I want to be for my PRV yet. Today is the 17th. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up just so I have solid factual numbers. Y'all know my goal is 500 by the 5th, well, 200 on the 1st, 500 by the 5th, 1,500 by the 15th, and 2,500 PRV by the end of the month. Right now, I am sitting at 1,436. And we're past the 15th. So by now, I typically would have wanted to have already had 1,500 in PRV. So I'm running about 100 PRV behind. Not that that's a terrible thing, but I say that to tell you that we all have these months in our businesses where you're going to notice a difference and you're going to see that some months for you are slower than others. Now, I want to talk today about going back to the basics. And the reason that I dragged these out, okay, so first of all, I started in 2021. Hey, Julie. I started in 2021. In 2021, when I was a brand new consultant, my thought process was, how do I book parties? Guys, that's where we all need to go back to. How do I book parties? How do I meet new people? Because that, my friends, is what's going to be the difference between making it and breaking it in this business. How do you get more people to party? Now, I can tell you that I have been on struggle bus for a very long time on this topic, okay? Like, I have found that that it's harder than ever, and especially on Facebook. I don't know if people are just kind of over the Facebook thing, but I have been struggling in that. I was looking back at numbers last night, and December is my worst month overall every year. See, that's how I feel about it too. I feel like my December is typically the time that I have the hardest. And Courtney just said yes, so I'm going to assume maybe her too. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to go back. This is 2022. So I would have been about a year in my journey, somewhere in there, and I would have been trying to figure things out. And we're going to talk about some of the things that I did back then. This is going to be a learning experience for me as much as it is for you. So the first thing is I had a regular monthly layout calendar, and it had when my parties started. It looks like I was doing bingo parties back then. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would love to be able to do more bingo parties. I would love to be able to get people to commit to them. But again, if you guys are anything like me, I am struggling to get people to book parties. So then I would check on there when I sent out their little box. When I created the Facebook, when I created their link. And back then I was using Visly. We all know that Visly isn't around anymore. I do think Post My Party is still around, but honest to God, I didn't jump on that bandwagon. I use boards and I find it easier. And I've changed a lot since then. But then let's just go, and this might, I don't know if it's going to show everything. Oh, looky here. So it looks like I was only checking once a week to see what our team numbers are. And I'm not going to hold that up there too long because it actually has people's team numbers. So in this particular month, I did it a little bit different. So now I'm going to look at my days, and it looks like we're in April here. And this was the first Monday in April. Water was important. I had water right at the top of my list every day. Still struggle with that. So on Mondays, mine was called Move Over Monday. So I do remember this. I remember when I first started, the system that worked best for me, and let me go ahead and throw this out there right now. Your systems will change. And the reason that it's important to talk about that right now is because now is the time that you need to be thinking about what system is going to work best for you in the new year. That was one of the topics I think Courtney said was, how to run your business. What are you going to do? And what I'm going to tell you is that this December timeframe, when it's slow for everyone, people are shopping. People have work events. People have Christmas with their families. People are traveling, some of them, for Christmas. So people are incredibly busy right now. People are year-end stuff, incredibly busy. So keep in mind that that's part of why it seems so much slower right now. But back then, what worked for me was listing my days each day of the week, Monday through Friday. I have always tried to keep Saturday and Sunday open for me because I think that's important. I think that having your own time is so important so that you don't get burned out. Okay. But so I had mine Move Over Monday. I don't even know what that means right now. I think that my Monday was my catch-all day, and it would just kind of be whatever I hadn't got done the week before or anything new. On this particular day, birthday coupon, I had to get, and I have created them and I've stuck with them. So I give out a birthday card. The beginning of, I usually try to do it at the end of the month. Around the 25th, I pull out another thing, another binder over here that I'm going digital with now. But I have all of my VIPs' birthdays listed. Every month, on the first day of the month, a welcome message automatically comes through. I schedule them. That welcome message, or actually it's a message that pops up. It's not even monthly now. Now it's every time someone joins my group. You know how you can have a special message that comes out to welcome people? Mine is a message that I created, and it just goes out with a regular picture that says welcome to the group. It gives them the rundown of everything in my group. So it tells them about Love Brag Tag. It tells them about the monthly Rusty's raffle. It tells them about Top Contributor. It tells them about mystery bags. And then it just says, and if you want to be part of my birthday club, please drop your birthday below. And you would be amazed. It's not just the people that are being tagged in it because they're new to the group, but sometimes it's people that missed that in the very beginning that are listing it. So my birthday coupon, that must have been when I created it. I needed to get my passport. A Mother's Day exchange, which I think is great. That right there. See, this is why I'm telling you to go back to the basics. If you have a planner from back then, go back and see what you were doing, especially if you were more successful then, or if you found that you had more people reacting. That's why I keep these, guys. Then I had follow up with Michelle, leadership call, Brittany, Bartow RN, don't have a clue what that is. ACL homework, so I was in training. That's what that's telling me. I was in training, in a Scentsy provided training. Guys, let me just interject right there. If you are not doing the training that Scentsy has for you, I'm going to be starting mine next week for the director. If you're not doing those, you should do them. They have them for essential consultants, star consultants, superstar consultants. They have them for every journey along the way. I highly recommend that you do any training that you can do. Those of you who are on here right now, thank you. You are adding to your business by learning something that may or may not be new to you. But guys, sometimes we do so much that we just forget. We're like, oh my gosh, I used to do that and it was good. It worked. Why did I stop? So that's one thing when I say back to the basics. Go back to what has worked for you in the past. Go back to what you used to do. And guys, I'm going to always say the KISS method, okay? Keep it simple, stupid. Now, some people don't like the word stupid, and they're like, nah, girl, you can't say that. So some people have changed that to keep it Scentsy simple, okay? One of our core values is simplicity. There's a reason that is a core value. That is a core value because that Scentsy is saying keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't put too much into it. Don't burn out trying to do it. And I'm going to add something in there. Think about IPAs. If it's not an income producing activity, why are you doing it? If you're doing it because it brings you happiness, by all means, do it. If you're doing it because it's something that's authentic about you, by all means, do it. And I'm going to touch bases on that in just a minute also. So I'm going to go through my days of the week. I had Move Over Monday. I'm pretty sure that's just because Mondays are my busiest days in my bookkeeping business. And so I probably named it Move Over Monday, saying you got to make some time for Scentsy. I'm going to go ahead and interject there. And by the way, guys, this is fly the seat of my pants. So squirrels are everywhere. They are running up my Christmas trees right now. So I'm going to be all over the place, but hopefully you're going to find nuggets in here that are going to help you. Pretty sure. Oh, I was like, pretty sure I just lost it. Squirrel. I didn't. It came back to me. So Move Over Monday for me was probably saying that I can't neglect my Scentsy business on Mondays just because I am super busy in my bookkeeping business on Mondays. So keeping that in mind, guys, do something for your business every single day, period. One thing minimum every single day. Some days that might just be putting a good morning post up on your VIP group for your people. If that's all you do, that's enough. You're going to reap what you sow. You're going to get back what you put into this. So keep that in mind. So Tuesdays have always, for me, been Tuesday training. That's my day that I think about you guys, and I try to do a training for myself. And sometimes preparing the training that I'm doing for you is when I do my own training. So I'm going to tell you, to give you an example of what I've done this morning. I'm knitting hats for all of my Scentsy Clubbers, not for all of my Scentsy Clubbers, so sorry, said that wrong. I'm making ornaments for them. I am making hats. I'm doing a Secret Santa gift exchange, and I asked everyone their favorite color, and I am knitting hats for the 10 people who are doing the Secret Santa in my group. And they're all going to get a knitted hat. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to knit a hat. So this morning, what I do is 3 times a day, I'm just trying to go downstairs, bust out 15 minutes, spin, done. And it's working. And I'm also doing them for all of my family. So I have way more than 10 hats to make. But that's not the point. The point is that is something I'm doing for my business that brings me joy. It's authentic about me. I like being crafty. I like doing these things, and I like sharing them with others. So while I was sitting there knitting and I had nothing else to do, I had already put the post up in this group saying, what do you guys want training on? And in case no one answered, I was training. I was on YouTube searching trainings about back to the basics so that I could come here and have something to say to you guys. So I was feeding myself while doing something that I love. That will these hats be an income producing activity? I don't know. But I can tell you that I also did them for the Bring Back My Bar mystery bags, and the one person that has received their bag that has already responded is in love with it. So I think that it's a piece of me. It's authentic. Now, you may not be a crafter. That may not work for you, and that's okay. But Tuesday trainings, bring something into your business. Train yourself. Never stop learning, guys. Learn something new every day. Or at least train your mind every day. It doesn't always have to be Scentsy. And I'm going to also say that your training, sometimes I veer off and I do training for other companies that are direct sellers so that I can see what they're doing, because sometimes what they're doing will work for us too. Wednesdays was Who's Wanna Party. So my Who Wants to Party days were the days that I would either do a booking blitz or I would purposefully reach out, and I had on here 4 to host, and I list 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's that day is me trying to say, okay, I want to get 4 people to host. Doesn't mean that I only have one name on this 1 through 4. But if every week I'm finding one more person to party and I'm focusing on Wednesdays, making that my day to find somebody to party, it gives me something to do so that I go into Wednesday already knowing what I have to do. Okay. Thursday was Think About It Thursday. Think About It Thursday was my day to talk to people about the join opportunity, about blessing somebody else with this business. So that's why I called it Think About It Thursday. Hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? And then Fridays was my follow-up Friday. That would be the day that I would reach out to anyone that had ordered prior to that day since my last one, and I would simply thank them. If it was a Scentsy Club and I was sending out a small gift, it would be that. And then Fridays in my VIP group, I've always done a Fun Day Friday, and it's an engagement. Hey, Ashley. It's an engagement thing, so it's just to keep people involved in there. So that was just 1 week out of my calendar from 2022, guys. I'm going to continue to go through this and see different things that I did and why I was doing them, and take my mind back to a time where I was like, oh, that was working. Why did I stop? So this is a time, December, when it's traditionally a little bit slower, is a time for you to reflect and see what you used to do that went well. So this is going to kind of go to Haley's point. Haley asked me to do a training on what do you do during the slow months? How do you run your business during the slow months? And I would say to you, this is the time to create the systems that you're going to use in your business throughout next year, which also touches on Courtney's. Now is the time. If you want to change something about your business, now is the time to change it. Now is the time to make something different. Try something new, guys. I can tell you that right now, and here's just another example. This is something that I'm getting ready to do. January is my busiest month as a bookkeeper. I have to do all of the 1099s for all 13 of my clients. Well, actually, it'll still be 16. I've lost a few clients because of our economy, sadly. But I still will have to do their year end. So I've got 16 people, 16 businesses that are going to be relying on me to get all of their W-2s done, all of their 1099s, get all of their year end taxes paid, get all of their quarterly taxes paid, along with my normal weekly payrolls and whatever else that I do for them. So January is always I call it my hell month as a bookkeeper. So I know that because of that my Scentsy business is going to have to take a back burner. So if I'm slow to respond in January, please know that that's why. But with that in mind, I am also desperately trying to earn another level in this incentive. And I have 1 month to do it. I have until the end of January to do it. And I really want my airfare to be paid on my cruise. I've already hit the cruise to Greece and Turkey and Istanbul, but I want them to pay for my airfare too, because I want it to be a free trip for me, aside from taking off work. But so I know that I don't know exactly where I'm at. I feel like I'm about 5,000 away. So I know I need 5,000 points in January. Okay, that's my reality. So I'm going to be pushing, starting probably tomorrow and through the rest of this week, I'm going to be pushing 100% on booking parties for January. My goal, I think I'm going to make a goal of doing 4 every week of January. Every week. Normally I do 4 a month. Normally my goal is to have 4 parties a month. I'm going to try really hard to do 4 parties in January every week so that I can be assured that I'm going to hit that 5,000 mark that I need to hit. It's a big goal. Guys, if your goals and your dreams don't scare you, go bigger. Okay? So, let's see. I'm going to just look and see what I was doing. Now I've moved on to 2023. I was doing, and this is in December. So I used to do, and this is another thing I used to do, and I probably need to get back to it because it was back to the basics and it was working. But one of the things I used to do was I also had theme days specifically for my VIP group. And I don't know if I can go back one and see if I'd already finished the other ones. Apparently not. So what were they? So Monday was Motivational Monday. All I did was found a motivational post and I put it up. Tuesdays was Tip Tuesday. Again, go to Pinterest, find them. Tip Tuesday. Give your people a tip of somehow of using product and how it can help them. Like, for example, and if you go to Pinterest and you type in Tip Tuesday, you're going to find a ton of them. Wednesday was Wax and Warmer Wednesday. So it was, changing your wax. And sometimes I would make it interactive and I would throw like 3 or 4 wax bars in a picture. This is how simple it can be. 3 or 4, and you could do this every week. Guys, don't overthink it. Keep it simple, stupid. You can every single Wednesday morning, put a post with 4 wax bars and say, what concoction should I make today? Okay, that's simple. And then I would actually, once they voted on it, I would go live and let them watch me putting one of this cube and one of this cube. And then later in the day, it's just interaction, guys. Later in the day, I would come back and go, wow, guys, this smells really good. Or, yeah, I don't recommend mixing those two. Thursdays were, what was Thursdays? Thursdays, dang, I don't remember what Thursdays was. I wonder if I have it on my computer. I probably do. What was Thursdays? Fridays was always Fun Day Friday. See if I have it under interaction. Probably not. Let me just go to Thursday and see if I saved it under Thursday. No. Okay, VIP group. Let's see if I have it there. Well, those are a bunch of welcome posts. What was Thursday? I feel like Thursday was, I think it was a this or that. I think it was this or that Thursday. And again, go into Pinterest, go into any Facebook group and type in Scentsy this or that, and you're going to find a plethora of posts. So I think Thursday was just a simple think about it Thursday, or think about it Thursday. It was a this or that Thursday. And then Friday was Fun Day Friday, where I always do a game. They always win just a scent circle. I usually get all of them free, so it's not a big deal. Saturdays was Squeaky Clean Saturday. Guys, it can be as easy. You're going to be cleaning something in your house on Saturday. It's as easy as either going live and cleaning it in front of it. One time I did that the very first time that I used our dish soap, which I desperately miss. I think I have 3 bottles left over there, and I'm going to cry when those are gone. But one day I didn't have any faith in Scentsy's soap at all, or their dish soap, and I was kind of like, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm a Dawn girl. I put way too much on there, and I was live, so there was no way to go back and redo it. Suds were everywhere, but I cannot tell you how many people came back and said, that was so fun to watch, guys. That's the key. Share your life. Share how you're using the product. Don't be so concerned on selling the product. Don't be so concerned on finding the perfect picture. Guys, this is real life. Show them you using it. So as an example of that, even today, I decided to use both my diffusers. So downstairs, I did a reel. I shared it in this group too, so you guys can go back and see it. But I just made a quick reel. I just took a couple pictures of me loading up my diffuser downstairs with some holiday oils, and I posted it as a reel. And then I came up here right before I did this live, and I went live in my group and showed them me adding the oil to my diffuser up here and starting that. So today my theme is going to be about diffusers. Guys, don't overthink it. Keep it simple. So Saturdays was always squeaky clean Saturdays. And I would do the hashtag, and I really should get back to that because my people liked it. And so this is what I'm telling you. This is our training today for slow months and for next year. Keep it simple, stupid. Go back to the basics. Income producing activities. I know that there's this huge rave right now with all these toolbox kits or tackle box kits with all, I'm telling you, I can't do it. It is a time zapper, and I am not convinced that it's worth it. There may be some people that it's successful for, and if it is, I'm so glad that it works for them, especially after they put that much work into it. But don't go and fill your mind with all these things. I have purposefully taken myself out of a lot of groups, and I very rarely visit most groups anymore. And the reason for that, guys, is because you start comparing yourself. You start going, oh, well, she's doing that. Should I be doing that? I should probably try that. And then you go down this rabbit hole of mystery bags and wickless mail. And like I used to do wickless mail, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. It's part of what got me the start that I have today. But it just stopped working. And so I moved on to the next thing. So constantly consider what you're posting, share, don't sell. figure out now while it's slow what you want to change in your business. Let me tell you something else, okay? I've stopped doing newsletters, okay? I used to do newsletters, and I used to do a scent circle for every person that had placed an order the month before. Our mail got routed through Richmond, and ever since then, if I put a scent circle in an envelope, it arrives either without the scent circle or so badly ripped up that I can't even tell you how many in 1 week I was getting. And I thought that it was my envelopes. I changed my envelopes. It wasn't my envelopes. It was terrible, guys. So I stopped doing it. And while I think some of my customers probably miss it, I'm sure that they do because they told me that they enjoyed it. But I can tell you that it was a huge relief for me. It was a huge weight off of my shoulders because doing those newsletters, and I would have anywhere from 70 to 100 every month. Doing those newsletters took about 3 days. 1 day to write it, a second day to print them, and a third day to stuff them. And to me, now, one can argue, was it income producing? It may very well have been because it always included the specials. And if I find an easier way, by golly, I'll do it. But right now I haven't. And so that's just something I've taken off my plate. And then lastly, Sundays was always Self-Care Sunday. And this is something that I'm going to make a note of as soon as I get off this call to go back to, because those theme days made it easy. It made it easy for me to post something. And that's something, guys, that you can do a month in advance. Like, you can sit down and schedule and say, this is going to be my post, and you can go ahead and schedule them out for a whole month and probably have it done in 30 minutes, an hour at best. But then when life gets crazy, when your mom ends up in the step-down unit of the ICU, when your neck stops working and you can't turn it, and you go to 3 urgent care visits and 1 ER visit, and I can't even tell you, massages and chiropractors and salt therapy, oh my, like I was doing anything and everything to get my neck working and to relieve the pain, because guys, I'm gonna tell you, it was painful. But during those times, because I had stuff scheduled, at least that part went out. So to me, are those income producing, engaging with my customers? Yes, it is. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions about any of it, let me know. But I just really feel like the key to our business is keeping it simple. Keeping it simple so that you don't get burned out, so that you don't get overwhelmed. And I just think that's the way to do it. So I hope this has been helpful. With that in mind, I will not be doing a Tuesday training from here on through the rest of the year. I'm going to take this time with my family, and I will pick it back up again in January. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great day and a great week, and I'll talk to everyone real soon. Oh, last thing, I do have gift cards not gift cards, I have Christmas cards that I am so far behind on. They are coming your way, hopefully today.